Hello, saxophones, and welcome to the first lesson for band. In this lesson, we're going to go over how to be safe with our instrument, how to hold the instrument, and also how to make our first sound on the instrument. The first thing we're going to do is talk about how to be safe with our instrument. The safest place for your instrument is either in your two hands when you're holding it, or in its case while the case is on the floor. There are two spots that are the most safe for your instrument. One more time. In your two hands when you're holding it, or when it's laying in its case while your case is on the floor. Now that we've gone over the safest place for your instrument, next thing we're going to go over is how do we put our instrument together? The first thing that I want you to put together is the saxophone itself. So first thing you're going to need is your neck strap. My neck strap looks like this. Yours might just be a big a black piece of kind of like a fabric that's pretty thick. It should have a hook on the end. It can either clip, or it might snap, or it'll just hook on. So you should have a hook and like a strap that would go around your neck. Some of you might have a cushion on it. Some of you might not. Every neck strap's a little bit different. So you take the neck strap and you put it around your neck. That's why they call it a neck strap. The next thing we're going to take out of the saxophone case is the biggest part of the saxophone, the body of the instrument. So I take that out of my case. You might have a black plug up here that's plastic. Take that out as well. And the next thing I'm going to do, if you can look on the back of your saxophone, you should see a little metal ring on the back of the instrument. I'm going to take my neck strap, hook it onto that, and make sure it's nice and secure. Our neck strap now lets us hold on to the instrument even easier. So our neck strap is on, clipped on, it's safely around our neck. Now our neck and our shoulders are supporting the weight of the saxophone as well as our two hands. The next thing we're going to take out of the case is the neck of the saxophone. So here's the neck. As you can see, where can it go? Here or here? Experiment gently. No, I put it in. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. No. It slid in. It's a little snug. There's a nice like clicking sound for it locking into place. Then you should have a little screw here. Tighten that screw. That way our neck won't just wobble around. So if I'm holding the saxophone on the side of my body, I need to make sure this part is in front of my mouth when I put the saxophone. So I'm taking the saxophone and I'm putting it on the outside of my right leg. On the outside of my right leg like that. And then I'm going to make sure that this cork here is near my lip level. If my saxophone's too low and I need to slouch, and this feels very uncomfortable, that's too low. Now you can take your neck strap, a little adjuster, mine has a metal adjuster, yours might be a black piece of plastic, slide it up, which will lift the saxophone up towards your face. Maybe you have it up too high, and the saxophone's like near your nose, and you're like this. Too high. Lower it until where your head is looking straight forward, and you bring the saxophone up. You don't need to bend your head down or bend your head up. You find the spot where if you just bring the saxophone up to your face, it meets you, and your head is even and looking straight forward. You might have to adjust this a little bit until you find the right spot. Next thing we're going to do, in your case, you should see a mouthpiece. We need this to make a sound on our instrument. So as you can see, there's one side that has a flat portion and an open hole, an open end here. The tip of the mouthpiece, I have a little rubber pad. Yours probably won't have that. Let's start assembling this. The next thing that goes on your mouthpiece is the reed for your instrument. First thing you have to do with the reed, get it wet. Put it in your mouth, Spin it around. It's kind of like a lollipop. Awesome. Have to have a wet reed if you want to make a sound. Then, the flat side of my reed, as you can see, one side is flat, it has writing on it. Yours might have some writing. And the other side is curved. The flat side of the reed goes against the flat side of the mouthpiece. What I'm also going to do is make sure the tip of my reed and the tip of my mouthpiece is even. I don't want the reed too high, right? We don't want to see it like that. And we also don't want it too low where there's a gap. You want to have the tip of the reed and the tip of the mouthpiece even. And then once you have it even, keep your thumb against it so it doesn't move. You should have a metal ring with a screw or 2 screws on it. This is called a ligature. This is what my ligature looks like. I'm going to slide my ligature over the mouthpiece and the reed. I might have to loosen the ligature, the screw, to get it all the way over. You should keep the screws on the top of the mouthpiece, and you don't want the screws on the reed side. Some ligatures might be like that. Most of the time, though, we want to keep the screws on the top of the mouthpiece, not against the reed. Once I have that lined up, I'm going to tighten the screw of my ligature. And then the next question is going to be, well, Mr. Orlando, how far down do I have my ligature? Well, as you can see, I have it so, one second, make a quick little adjustment. My reed is not even with the tip of my mouthpiece. There we go. So, as you can see, there's like a little curved part of the reed where also the reed like changes color. So that curved part of the reed right there, you want this part of the ligature, this metal band, underneath that. That's how low you want it. And then, once you have your reed and mouthpiece assembled, it goes over the cork on the neck. Push it down. And then with the saxophone off the side of our body, same thing. This is a little too high. As you can see, the mouthpiece, the reed, is like getting above my top lip. I'm going to loosen a little bit. That's very comfortable. Now, you don't want your head tilted to the side. So you might have to just move the mouthpiece to where when you put the mouthpiece in your mouth, your head is straight, looking forward. Fantastic. What is our mouth doing when we put the mouthpiece in our mouth? What needs to happen? A few things. First, put your bottom lip over your bottom teeth. That's like an old person when you put your lip over your teeth. Bottom lip over your bottom teeth. Huh? Mouthpiece in the mouth. Reed against the bottom lip. Top teeth on the mouthpiece. And then close your lips around the mouthpiece. Once again, bottom lip over bottom teeth, mouthpiece in the mouth, top teeth on the mouthpiece. Close the lips. And there's a side view for you. Now, let's talk about making a sound on the instrument. So once you have the mouthpiece in your mouth and you have your bottom lip over the bottom teeth, top teeth on the mouthpiece, all you're going to do is take a breath in and blow air out for the first sound. I don't care what sound it is. It might be scary. It might be nice. Doesn't matter. We're just focused on making a sound. Also, don't worry about pressing your fingers down at all yet. We'll go over that when we start learning the notes that we need to play, our first notes. We're just making a sound. So, bottom lip over bottom teeth, mouthpiece in mouth, top teeth on, lips around, take a breath, and blow. Try that again. Ready? Go. Awesome. Try that a few times. Try to make a really long sound. Try to do short sounds. And then when we go into our next lessons, when we're actually learning notes and songs from our lesson book, we'll go into more about what fingers we press down. What is our tongue doing in our mouth? That's another thing we have to think about. Not only what does our lips and our teeth do, but what does our tongue do to make a note and a sound happen? One thing I'm going to show you saxophones. It's very important that the bottom lip goes over your bottom teeth. If you let your teeth touch the reed like this, here's the sound you get. We don't want that. So if you play your instrument and you get that type of squeaking, screech sound, it's probably because your teeth is touching the reed. So bottom lip over bottom teeth, mouthpiece in, top teeth on, lips. And that's how you play the first sound on your instrument saxophones. Okay, saxophones, in this video, and with any other video in the YouTube channel, you can always pause it, rewind it, see me reteach something, or try to play something with me or after me. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or send me a message. Bye, saxophones.